Fill Me 4 Popcorn presenting a story starts with Noah displayed as a little fellow, remaining on a slope with his dad Lamech. Lamech is going to give him a valuable legacy, the skin of the first snake from Eden, which has been passed down for some ages. Unexpectedly, an enormous group draws near, drove by a youthful lord named Tubal-Cain, who needs to make that slope into a mine. Seeing Lamech, Tubal-Cain kills him and takes the snake's skin, while Noah runs. Numerous years pass. The grown-up Noah is living with his significant other Nama Jennifer and his 3 children, Shem, Ham and Japheth, when he sees a minor act of God. A drop of water raises a ruckus around town and a bloom develops in a flash. That evening he has a fantasy where he sees the mountain his granddad Methuselah lives on, and water covering the earth. He understands that the Maker is attempting to send him a message. He and his family process to see Methuselah and look for direction. En route, they track down a gathering of as of late killed people, and among them, a young lady that is injured yet alive, named Isla, and they take on her. Some of Tubal-Cain's men track down then pursue Noah and his family, yet stop pursuit as they are hesitant to enter a dull district occupied by the Watchers. It is described that the Watchers are companions of Methuselah since he had once safeguarded and saved them. They came to Earth to help the people, yet in the wake of gaining from them, the people attempted to oppress and kill them. Endeavoring to escape, Methuselah supported their break by battling rushes of human warriors with a consuming blade employing enormous power. One of them, Magog, salvages Noah and his family from different Watchers, who doubt all humankind. Let Noah know that he detects that Noah is a decent man, similar to his dad. Noah talks with Methuselah and gets a seed passed down from the nursery of Eden. He sows the seed on a plain, and an extraordinary spring emits from the earth, stretching out as an incredible organization of streams this way and that, and a whole timberland develops around its source inside minutes. The wonder persuades the Watchers that Noah is picked by the Maker. Noah requests their guide in the structure of an ark, and they consent to help in the endeavor. Approximately 8 years pass. As the ark approaches finishing, creatures are seen following the streams from across the land to the wellspring of the incredible spring and start showing up to the ark. They enter and subside into the ark and are placed into a profound rest by incense that Noah and his family plan and apportion all through the strong vessel. In the interim, the encompassing terrains have been running nearly out of food sources, and the people, drove by Tubal-Cain, are turning out to be really covetous for tissue. A swarm of around 200 men, drove by self-proclaimed Lord Tubal-Cain, moves toward the ark and takes steps to storm it. However, the Watchers compel him to turn around. Noah understands that his 3 children need spouses, and that Isla can't serve since she is infertile. He camouflages himself and goes into the human camp to find 3 ladies, and bring them into the ark. At the human camp, he sees people being exchanged and obviously butchered for food, living in wild, swarmed and disgusting circumstances. Staggered by the fiendishness of Tubal-Cain's adherents, Noah surrenders the work, becoming persuaded that the Maker wants for the whole human competition to reach a conclusion. Later in the timberland close to the camp, Methuselah favors Isla and her desolateness is relieved. He falls into a pit loaded up with the dead and experiences a terrified little kid named Nile. She will go with him, yet as they run back to the ark, her foot gets found out in a creature trap. Noah comes to help, however, sees the human swarm coming to strike the ark, so he drives Ham away from her behind and save himself. Seconds after the fact, the human swarm contacts her and stomps on her to death as it passes. All Noah's family sheets the ark with the exception of Methuselah, who decides to bite the dust in the flood. As the ark is sent off, every one of the Watchers penance themselves, battling the interminable human waves. As they bite the dust, they return to their unique structures and are energetic heavenward as their maker pardons them. As the rising waters pour toward the ark and his excess warriors suffocate, an injured Tubal-Cain jumps all over the chance to make do and creeps up a pathway to a high purpose in the ark, hacking his direction inside the vessel where he is at last found by Ham. The fiendish old ruler plays on Ham's annoyance toward Noah for permitting Nile to kick the bucket. Outside, the family pays attention to the withering shouts of those external the ark. His family entreats him to give some of them access, as they have room, just for a tired Noah to answer that there is no space for them, that their destiny was fixed. Isla awakens, feeling sick, and goes to Nama, who reasons that she is pregnant. At this careful second, the downpours stop totally. Isla says it is on the grounds that the Maker looks favorably on the unborn kid. Nama, Shem, and Isla illuminate Noah regarding Isla's favorable luck, yet the patriarch supports that the Maker's desire to annihilate humankind additionally reaches out to his own family, who he at first thought would basically pass on from advanced age once the rising waters retreat. He lets the family know that in the event that the kid is a kid, he will supplant their most youthful as the last man. However, on the off chance that a young lady is conceived, he will kill the kid upon her introduction to the world, unfortunately trusting this to be a test for him by the Maker of his confidence, and set out to do the endeavor to the end. Not really able to do something like this to such an extent as feeling it is an obligation to the Maker, a weepy Noah moves to the highest point of the ark and requests the Maker's insight. Finding no response, Noah takes steps to do as he told his loved ones. In the meantime, Tubal-Cain tracks down help from the gullible Ham, and Nama makes one last, fruitless endeavor to deter her significant other. Numerous months pass. Isla, presently close to the furthest limit of her pregnancy, and Shem fabricate a little pontoon to get away from Noah's plot to murder their youngster. Noah finds their arrangement and consumes the pontoon. The shock makes Isla start giving birth. With Nama's help, the panicked little kid brings forth twin young ladies. Hearing the angel's cries, Noah seeks after Isla to the highest point of the vessel. As Isla argues briefly to sing to the crying newborn children to placate them before they kick the bucket, Noah hears the melody he once sang to Isla when youthful and scared, then, at that point, views the young ladies and chooses not to do the unspeakable undertaking. Tubal-Cain has apparently maneuvered Ham toward thinking killing Noah is simply and will be for Isla and Shem's posterity as well as retribution for Nile. So Ham draws Noah to the last part of the ark on the misrepresentation that the creatures have awoken and have started ripping apart one another. As Noah and Tubal-Cain take part in a merciless battle, the ark hits a mountain and Tubal-Cain is tossed through the broke mass of the vessel, being significantly harmed. As the Lord rises and endeavors to polish off a comparatively harmed Noah, a humble Ham cuts Tubal-Cain in the ribcage, killing him. As the remainder of the family starts making another life for themselves on newfound land as the flood subsides, Ham concludes it is the ideal opportunity for him to leave, still irate at Noah for what has been going on with Nile. Noah, accepting he'd bombed God, soaks up of wine and turns into a boozer, hiding away in a cavern separate from his loved ones. One day Ham finds his dad lying stripped and oblivious. He leaves, passing on Shem and Japheth to cover their dad with a cover. Isla goes up against Noah on permitting his grandkids to get by, letting him know that maybe it was the plan of the Maker to provide him with the decision of regardless of whether humankind ought to be saved. At the point when she inquires as to why he didn't kill the children, Noah uncovers he could have only affection toward the infants after seeing them, permitting him to see the decency in humanity. Noah chooses to rejoin his loved ones. He and Nama accommodate in her nursery, and she excuses him. Afterward, the family remains on a precipice face, and Noah favors them generally as the start of another human race. They watch as the Maker sends a rainbow from the sky, covering the entirety of the earth, flagging his guarantee to at absolutely no point ever obliterate humanity in the future.